Morning folks, Kevin here. Well, it's July 29th, 2025, and well, we're going to get started with our day. It's going to be a brutally hot and muggy one. Humidity's high, air quality isn't good, so Thea's lungs are challenged today as well. And it's going to be one of those roasters again. Yesterday I did some work weed whacking and pulling weeds out of the west garden over there where the thornless blackberries are, after previously using some 50% vinegar, acetic acid, to devitalize some of the plants. And you can see I hit a few of these. This is where our honeyberries are in here, and these weeds need to be pulled. But one of the things I'll do today is I'll come in and I'll use the Eagle hedge trimmer to take off some of the tops of these, and then going down excuse me here, making a pathway, because all right, so the florocanes, they've already got tons of berries in there right now, but what ends up happening is the primocanes, this year's growth, they get up so big, and you usually try to top them 5.5, maybe 6 foot tall. Well, I'm just going to come down with a hedge trimmer and trim off the top, and then try and just open up a path so it's easier, because all that new growth makes it difficult to see all the berries down below. So that's one of the things I'm going to do today before it gets too hot. I'd love to get on, take the Hulk and use the rock bucket and go up there in the property, up by where the hugelkultur terrace area is, and we're going to where the third food forest is. Well, I spread out a lot of soil from the pile that was where the shipping containers were, and when I was doing some work around in different locations, I took some extra soil and put it up there after pulverizing it with the soil conditioner. So it's just bucketed up in those areas, and there's some good sized rocks there. So I'd like to take the heavy duty dirt bucket off of the Hulk, which is the Takushi TL12 V2 track loader, put the new rock bucket on, and just go around to some of those places. There's actually a couple of places over under where I was doing some pruning, and I ran the soil conditioner. There's rocks around in those areas. The more that I can do with a piece of equipment and less that I have to do by hand, the better off, especially when they're bigger rocks. But that's going to come a little bit later. As I mentioned, so here's my Eagle hedge trimmer. This is one piece of equipment that really did not get damaged when at least I think it's working okay. We'll find out today. This is the Eagle. Okay, bear with me here. Sorry about that. Thea just called me. So I was going to talk about the Eagle weed whacker. So this is a carbon fiber handle on this, which makes it really nice and light. I do have like the possibility of using my multi-function Eagle tool, which you can put a weed whacker on the end of it, but I really like this one a lot. And one of the main features is the automated feeding, and I'll hook up the other camera in a moment and show you just how that system works. And while I can press the button here, let me see if well, I'll do that in a couple of minutes, and hopefully it will work. It has worked. Sometimes I have to take it apart and clean it, but it saves me from the hassle of pulling off this head each time, pulling out the reel and winding all of the material on it and then putting it together. It's just quicker and easier, and that's one of the features I like about this Eagle. But it does get clogged up, especially around our weed mats or fibers. The little fibers or the strands of plastic can get wound up in there as well. Another thing I got to do is, so this is our earthquake two-wheeled weed whacker, which really works fantastic. I tell you, these things, if you got places and you don't mind going around with it, it works extremely well as far as with the big plastic weed whacking string. The strings on it are just bigger and heavier, and I had to replace this part on it. It got all bent up. Had to replace the carburetor on it. I couldn't find, and I still can't find the hoses for replacing the gas lines on it as well. I had to rebuild the recoil on this, and my granddaughters have been using it over there in the new property. And one of my Lori called and said, geez, they went to use this, and this gas line, you know, older gas line, and it had been pushed. I had shortened it. Well, it's time to replace it, but I didn't have any of my rolls of the fuel line that I have. So I have my whole automotive section in there, or equipment repair. I had all my fuel lines in there, and I have spools. Well, I ended up having to break down and buy some of these shorter sections on Amazon, because, you know, I had quarter inch, 3/16, 3/8, half inch, and 5/8. I think I had those were my sizes, all my different fuel lines. I had the rubberized ones, rubberized reinforced ones. All of those things got destroyed when the building went, and probably ended up in the dumpsters as well. So I had to buy these ones. So I'm going to go ahead and see if I can get a couple of things done. Hopefully, we'll see if the weed whacker will self spool the string. It's worked multiple times very, very well, but sometimes I got to take it apart and clean it, like I mentioned. So that's my intro. Let's see what happens. I hope I don't have to take this apart. We shall see. So all I do is just run it through one side and the other side, and then bring it out so that both the ends are approximately even. So I didn't get them exactly even, and you could tell, hopefully that showed up. I will have to take this apart and clean it probably the next time. It's pretty easy. You press on these tabs right here, it'll come apart, and there's a snap ring in it. Like I mentioned, long strands of nylon or plastic, weed mat material, those sorts of things, or really tenacious fibers from some long stem plants can get up in there and get all caught up in there. So those things do happen, and it means it needs to be cleaned out every once in a while. And okay, that was accomplished. Let's go ahead. So that's set to go ahead and weed whack now. Now I'm going to go ahead and see if I can work on this earthquake here. I need to get a new air filter for this. Okay. I believe this is 10 millimeters. So even if things aren't completely destroyed, it's such a hassle when there's enough damage that you have to keep repairing your tools and all. Especially your power equipment. Don't have my little magnetic holders here. And let's see what we got here. This hose. So that's the new carburetor we've put on. So this hose seems okay. Both of these seem in pretty good shape. But gotta remove this. Oh Lord. They actually run this gas line. I don't know if you could see down in there. So they actually run this gas line through a, I don't know, I'm going to call it like a pipe cleaner, a wire that actually goes right around the fuel line to keep it from getting hung up on something. Really, really good idea. Well, no, it's not a pipe cleaner. Like it's a metal tab that's in two pieces. So that's good. Okay, now let's remove the holder down. Even these clamps are a little bit of a pain. Got to open them up even more to get it to go across here. There we go. Yeah, it's been on there for quite some time. Okay. Okay. Look how much that thing's just
silent whispers in the night. When the path ahead's not clear, that feeling deep down in your soul, when something's wrong or danger's near. Not everything can be explained by logic, facts, or reasoning. Sometimes wisdom lives between the thoughts you think and what you're feeling. Trust that voice inside, the one that gently nudges you when something doesn't feel quite right or rings so perfectly true. It's been with you since time began, an anchor in life's shifting sands. Trust that voice inside, your gut knows where to stand. They say intuition is the sum of all you've ever known, collected wisdom in your cells from every seed that life has sown. In crowded rooms and empty halls, when words don't match the look in eyes, your body senses what is real before your mind can analyze. Trust that voice inside, the one that gently nudges you when something doesn't feel quite right or rings so perfectly true. It's been with you since time began, an anchor in life's shifting sands. Trust that voice inside, your gut knows where to stand. Not a compass you can hold, not a map that you can read, but stronger than the loudest doubt and clearer when you give it heed. In matters small and choices large, that quiet knowing shows the way. The answers that you're searching for were there inside you all along. So trust that voice inside, the one that gently nudges you when When something doesn't feel quite right or ring so perfectly true, it's been with you since time began, an anchor in life's shifting sands. Trust that voice inside, your gut knows where to stand. Your gut knows where to stand. Weeding has got to be done, and it's no fun, but we're out here in the morning sun, pulling the weeds, feeling the breeze, finding small pleasures among the trees. The one good thing about working the land, we get some exercise, and it gives us a hand. With every tug, we're making things right, clearing the way, bringing in life. We feed the compost pile, watch it grow, turning waste to wonder, slow by slow. While we're weeding, we find our place, building a future with each embrace. The clock keeps ticking, but we don't mind. We'll find our rhythm, let the world unwind. Patience is a virtue, they always say, so we'll keep on weeding in our own sweet way. One good thing, it's a blessing in disguise, time to nourish what never dies. While we're waiting, we'll plant the seeds, tending to nature and all her needs. We feed the compost pile, watch it grow, turning waste to wonder, slow by slow. While we're weeding, we find our place, building a future with each embrace. Every moment spent in toil brings us closer to the soil. Life keeps moving, and so do we. Weeding patiently, wild and free. We feed the compost pile, watch it grow, turning waste to wonder, slow by slow. While we're weeding, we find our place, building a future with each embrace. So here's to weeding under the sun, finding the joy in what's to be done. The time will come when we finally see that weeding was worth it for you and me.
Okay, so there's a lot more weeding that's got to be done, as you could see here in the honeyberry patch in this area and in the blueberries. But you can see lots of the pieces of the red raspberries. I went ahead and went down each one of the lines here, and now it's easier Okay, there's a lot more to do over here in the gardens, but so you can see I trimmed the height of the red raspberries to about 5 foot. Now certainly it would have been much better to come through with bypass pruners like once a week, and as the tips started getting there, just pinch them off or use the bypass pruners if they got a little bit beyond that. But I wasn't able to do that, or just didn't do that. And of course a lot of the new growth grew up outside of the paracord and leaned over, completely covering up all of the floricanes that are producing all of the berries down there. So by going through, we're able to let more air flow through, light go through, keep these from getting any taller and starting to fall over. And we're actually able to make a path down in here, which we were not able to have before. So yeah, it's really important to have good airflow through your perennial plants and all. And of course, this is not the way to do your pruning, but it's my rescue pruning here and all. And so I was able to get the weed whacker, do some weed whacking over there in the garden some. A lot more to do over there, but I just went through the last string. It was on the last part, the end of the battery, but we're here and all. We got things set and got more weeds to pull, but things are looking better. Thea's over there watering the herb garden. She just got done watering the IBC totes with all of those, and I'll do a garden update soon. But it's almost lunchtime. I got a phone call meeting at lunch, and then hopefully before it gets too darn hot, I'll get out in the hulk and pick up some of the rocks with the rock bucket as well. So we'll see what ends up happening. And it is getting hot, and it's already muggy, so it's time to change. And I got to drop off the weed whacker for my granddaughters, and went right through that tine. This string, even though it's heavy-duty string, none of these weeds, really robust weeds that have stems thicker than my thumb, well, they do eat up that string on that earthquake unit. All right, let's see if we can get back out here a little bit later and end this video with picking some rocks. Well, it's afternoon. It's hot out, 88 degrees, very high humidity, muggy. Don't enjoy being in the sun. Just came outside. I'm cooling off the hulk, opened up the door. Fortunately, was sitting in the shade there, and just turned the air conditioning on. Even though I leave the front door open, the air conditioning helps some. But I'm gonna go over to the new property, and the hugelkultur pit that I put in the other day, I sort of left it kind of messy. I thought, since it's hot and dry right now, smooth that out some. Then I'll come back, get the rock bucket on, and see if I can pick up a few rocks up front. And that's probably all I'm going to do this afternoon. I have more drawings to do. You know, my meeting was with my brother Dave, who's an engineer. I submitted some drawings for him. We reviewed those over the phone. He looked at them at the same time that I did. The attachments I sent to him, and so I'll do a couple more modifications to my drawings, and eventually I'll show you the drawing, the plans and all, bit by bit, and strategic requirements as well. So right now I'm going to jump in the hulk, put my sunglasses on, polarized sunglasses, and smooth out over there in the new property, and then head back, put the rock bucket on, and pick up a couple of the bigger rocks. I've got rocks all along in here. Most of them are too small to deal with, but I may try and grab a couple of them in the rock bucket as well. The less I have to do with a rake, the better off. Here we go.
workshop where the walls fell apart. Gravel pads a mess, rocks breaking my heart. Picking up stones by hand, it's a back-breaking chore. Sweat and sore muscles can't take it no more. Each rock I lift, it's a fight to endure. Dreaming of a better way, that's for sure. Oh, picking rocks by hand, it's no fun at all. Sweating and grunting, I'm feeling so small. But the Hulk's humming loud. My TQG TL12V2 with a new rock bucket, it's pulling me through. Skid Pro's a ticket, it's saving my back. Clearing those rocks, keeping work on track. Last week we laid that gravel, thought it was done, but big old rocks keep rising, blocking my sun. Behind the collapse shop, it's a rocky old fight. Thought I'd be stuck here working all night, but the Hulk's humming strong with the Skid Pro. Brand new first time with this bucket, and it's coming through. Oh, picking rocks by hand, it's no fun at all. Sweating and grunting, I'm feeling so small, but the Hulk's humming loud. My TQG TL12V2 with a new rock bucket, it's pulling me through. Skid Pro's a ticket, it's saving my back. Clearing those rocks, keeping work on track. Farm's got more jobs, they're piling up high rocks in the yard, but I ain't gonna sigh. Hulk's track loader roaring that TL12V2 hum with a Skid Pro bucket, those rocks better run. No more bending over, no more aching and pain. This bucket's my savior, smoothing out the terrain. Oh, picking rocks by hand, it's no fun at all. Sweating and grunting, I'm feeling so small, but the Hulk's humming loud. My TQG TL12V2 with a new rock bucket, it's pulling me through. Skid Pro's the ticket, it's saving my back. Clearing those rocks, keeping work on track. Here's to the Hulk, that TQG's a beast. Humming with power, making work a feast. No more gravel pad blues, I'm done with that strife. With my Skid Pro bucket, I'm living the life. More jobs on the farm, but I'm ready, it's true. Hulk and rock bucket, I'm coming for you. Behind the old workshop, gravel pads a fight. Rocks in the mix, they're stealing my life. Picking by hand, it's a miserable grind. Back screaming loud, losing peace of mind. Each stone's a struggle, dragging me low. Need a better way to make this job flow. Oh, picking rocks by hand, it's no fun at all. Sweating and cursing, I'm feeling so small. But the Hulk's humming sweet, my TQGT L12V2 with a new rock bucket, it's powering through. Skid Pro's a star, it's saving my back. Scooping those rocks, keeping work on track. Gravel went down last week, thought it was clean, but big old rocks crashed my working dream. Behind collapsed walls, it's a rocky terrain. Thought I'd be stuck here, drowned in the pain. But the Skid Pro bucket, brand new in the game. Hulk singing its tune, and it ain't the same. Oh, picking rocks by hand, it's no fun at all. Sweating and cursing, I'm feeling so small. But the Hulk's humming sweet, my TQGT L12V2 with a new rock bucket, it's powering through. Skid Pro's a star, it's saving my back. Scooping those rocks, keeping work on track. Farm's got more jobs, rocks won't let me be. but this new bucket's changing what I see. Hogs track loader roars that TL12 V2 hum. Skid Pro's grabbing stones, making them run. No more bending down, no more aching strain. This bucket's my freedom, easing the pain. Oh, picking rocks by hand, it's no fun at all. Sweating and cursing, I'm feeling so small. But the hook's humming sweet, my take UGT. L12E2 with a new rock bucket, it's powering through. Skid Pro's a star, it's saving my back. Scooping those rocks, keeping work on track. Here's to the hope and my Skid Pro shine. New bucket's a hero, making everything fine. No more gravel pad blues, I'm done with that fight. With this rock bucket gleaming, I'm feeling alright. More jobs on the farm, but I'm ready to roll. Skid Pro and hope, they're feeding my soul.
Well, that went pretty well. I still have to learn more about prepping the area for the rock bucket each time. So there's a rock bucket here. If you're watching, you could see I got some sod in there when I dug into soil and all, which doesn't go through. But that's one of the things, is trying to make sure you're picking up areas where it's just in the soft soil. So here you could see I dug into some of the sod to pick up some rocks. Same thing over here as well. So I see now that I missed a few rocks right here. So maybe tomorrow I'll get some more of these rocks up over here. But I think, I'm saying tomorrow, hopefully in the next day or so, I'll put the soil conditioner on, go over the areas, and maybe kick these rocks up to areas where the sod isn't there. And then there was a lot of the sod that hasn't completely broken down yet up in the areas where I deposited the soil. And it's still clinging together with all the roots to them and all. So, and I took some of that and I put it down and back in some areas where we want to fill in. So all that worked out okay. And of course I was able right off the bat to get over to the where the hugelkultur pits were, able to smooth that out a little bit. I tried back dressing here, but a lot of the sod is still there, hooked together. So using the soil conditioner will help to beat some of this up and work the area out. There'll be more rocks, there'll be more roots, there'll be, it's one of those things I have to go after bit by bit as time goes on and time permits. And I don't get all these limbs up either. Every windstorm, now that I've got some of these trees pruned, they're just shedding some of the dead branches. So anyways, pretty happy with what I got done today. Real happy with what I got accomplished inside. Pretty happy about that. Got the earthquake weed whacker fixed. Did some weed whacking. Did some hedge trimming. Got some pruning done in the gardens. Got some information with my brother about my drawings and all for the new build and all. So all that stuff is coming bit by bit, and I'm working on some other spreadsheets. I'm one of those guys who loves spreadsheets. It really helps me to keep things organized and all. And as you get older, you want to have a place where if something happens to you, my wife can have a place to know where I go to all the accounts, all of the data that I deal with on a regular basis with the finances and all. And also if something happens to both of us, my daughter or my grandkids, my granddaughters can access it. So anyways, those are things that I'm working on the side as well. So I guess that's it for today's video, folks. Appreciate you watching, especially if you watch all the way to the end. That's pretty cool. You endure very well the pains that I inflict. So anyways, I'm gonna get inside, get a little more work done at the desk there, and then relax this evening and enjoy life a bit. Well, anyways, thanks so much for watching. Stay safe and take care. Bye-bye now.